to the very top. Very good evening from the Perth Hockey Stadium here at Curtin University. It's another round of the All Flags Premier League for men, and tonight we've got Wasps taking on UWA. Wasps currently sitting in 6th place on the league table, UWA sitting in 3rd. Both teams having just lost one game, but Wasps having drawn 2 of the 5 games they've played so far this season. This is a big game for Wasps if they want to stay in touch with the league leaders, whereas UWA will just want to try and get further ahead of the pack coming up behind. Turning our attention to the team lineups and the players to look out for tonight, well, I believe it's going to be a battle of the two defences. I think James Richardson is going to be crucial in goal for Wasps, alongside Cale Walsh marshalling the defence at the back for the team from South Perth. But the players I think that could have an influence on today's match are Kyle Potter, their new recruit who came across from Melville, who seems to be just beginning to hit his straps for his new club. And also, if we look out for Lewis Barrett. Lewis Barrett is a player wearing number 1. He's a form player who the coaches who've coached him in the past have said he has a knack of finding the back of the net. He's scored 3 goals this season, so he's doing pretty well at the moment, and can he continue that form? Turn our attention now to the UWA lineup and the players to look out for. Defensively, again, Christian Starkey in goal for them will be crucial. Lachlan Buzzico and Fraser Gerrard as well will be key players for them in the defensive line. And also, I think up front, if we look for Harry Golding, who's been scoring goals for fun of late, he just seems to have no trouble finding the back of the net. But also their captain, Daniel Timms, will be looking to have an influence on the game as well. UWA, coached by Brendan Gaines, who got them to the grand final last year, where they just couldn't overcome Reds. And of course, Wesley South Perth this year, coached by Ian Bircher, who moved across from Victoria Park and is enjoying his first season coaching in the All Flags Premier League. Our umpires for this match are Brodie Foster and Lachlan Sharp. Lachlan Sharp, of course, one of the Kookaburras. Good to see him getting involved as an umpire. And we'll see what the players think at the end of the match, whether they think he's any good at it and whether he should resort to that after his playing days are over. But of course, good news for the Kookaburras. They're going to have some action at the end of the month as they head across to New Zealand. And they're going to play 4 games against New Zealand in Palmerston North. So it's been over a year since the Kookaburras and the Hockeyroos have played any international matches. So I'm sure they'll be chomping at the bit to have a go at the Black Sticks. And of course the Black Sticks too will be looking forward to that game because they haven't had any hockey either. But tonight the focus is very much here in Western Australia, the All Flags Men's Premier League match, and UWA in the green, Wasps in the gold. These two played in the grand final in 2017, and I'll give you some of the interesting stats between the two as the game progresses. But looking forward to sharing the action with you tonight. And we thank Healthway, proud sponsor of Hockey WA, for being one of the sponsors making this possible. We're underway. And straight away it is UWA, but put under pressure. That's really good pressure applied. And Brynda Bez, the captain of Wasps, is looking to try and play on quickly as possible. Potter over the ball now. Apparently Wasps were trying to lure him away from Melville for a couple of seasons, but only managed to do it this year. And he just looked to be struggling a little bit with a slightly different style of play in the opening games of the season that I happened to catch. Joe Welsh, another new recruit wearing the number 12, came across from Curtin University, so would be well familiar with this surface rather. Potter again over the ball. Cam Geddes at the point for UWA. That's almost a very good intercept that time, coming from Daniel Timms. Wasps trying to close down in the middle, but evading the challenge as well was Matthew Fisher. Ball comes out wide now to Leversuch. Leversuch brings it down. Into the circle he goes. Looking for a teammate. Gets past one defender. Good stick tackle. Low down from Cale Walsh. And Walsh throws it out of the circle. Appeals for danger from Timms. Not given by the umpire. So it started a fairly brisk pace. UWA controlling things at the moment. Timms just a mistrap from him, and it's stolen back by Wasps. Comes into Daniel Rainey. And that's lifted dangerously down the side, so it will be a free hit to UWA. Apologies coming that time from Lachlan Sampson. Fraser Gerrard forced to go backwards. Buzzico looking for the angled pass. That was cut out very well that time by Cudby. Jack Cudby, a young prospect with Wasps who they hope is going to go on and do great things for them in the years to come. Good pass to the top of the circle. Borza, though, just held up and stolen away. Now it's Potter for Wasps. Tries to lift it forward into the path of Bryn de Bez, but just scooped it a little bit too high and didn't get the length on the pass that he was hoping for. That's a good pass forward again from UWA, trying to work their way around the back. Just catching the foot, though. It was a good tackle coming in. A bit of frustration for Borza. Well, the umpires have both signalled opposite ways, so eventually the decision has gone with Brodie Foster's, and so it is a Wasps free hit. Ricochet is going to be kind for Duncan Pearce. Pearce turns into the circle for Wasps. First time in there, was there an obstruction? And a penalty corner awarded to Wasps, the first of the match. So can they turn this into a goal? Jamie Walsh is their leading goal scorer at the moment. 2 field goals, 3 penalty corners. Just trying to see if he is down there. I think he is, yes. So he may be the preferred option. Of course, they do have Duncan Pearce, who created the penalty corner. Pearce, who was prolific for many years. He still gets his fair share of goals, but maybe not quite as many these days, as there's so much technology to work out what the drag flickers are doing. So Pearce at the first battery, Jamie Walsh at the second. First penalty corner of the match for Wasps. Good trap. Pearce flicks low. Good save by Starkey. Comes back to Pearce. Deflected into the body of the defending player. And so it will be another penalty corner. Fraser Gerrard just smashing his stick into his shin pad. Nothing he could do to get out of the way of that one. So will they go with Pearce again? Or will this time they go slightly wider option to Jamie Walsh at the second battery? It's Pearce again. Gets good purchase, went for the left-hand post of Christian Starkey's goal, but pushed it wide. And you feel in a game like this, these are the opportunities that need to be taken. May have been looking for the runner to get a deflection, because certainly there was a runner coming in from that flank. De Bez deflects it up in the air, brought down by Brandon Gibbs. Almost stolen away by Golding. Comes out wide to Jamie Walsh, who's playing in a more forward position this year in 2021. We're saying that he's finding it quite difficult to adjust to. Although I know one player who played for Wasps a few years ago who has great faith in his ability, and that's Chris Sorello. Said that Jamie Walsh is an immensely talented player. So almost 5 minutes gone. It's been a lively first 5 minutes. I have to say probably the first 2.5 were dominated by UWA, and Wasps will come roaring back. Joel Mitten on the ball now. Congratulations to him. He became a father for the first time on the 23rd of April. Lisa and Joel having a baby girl, Anya. And it's good that he's back out there playing. It's gone way up in the air and out on the far side. In fact, it's cleared the side fence. Will be a Wasps ball as it was a deflection off a UWA stick. Bainham now from the side goes back into the defensive line. Pearce. Robinson. Brynda Bez gets the free hit. Wasps denied the opportunity of getting it into the circle. Lewis Barrett battling hard. And it's gone over the sideline. I'd like to thank All Flags and Banners, the naming rights partner for the All Flags Men's and Women's Premier League in 2021. It's a family-owned business with over 30 years of innovative signage solutions. That's a lovely steal and a chance for Wasps to come forward. Bainham just gets inside the circle, was trying to push it forward. It's gone wide. Well, he was trying to play it into the path of Bryn DeBez. DeBez took a tumble inside the circle. Not sure he was looking for a penalty corner, whether it was a trip or whether he got a slight push, but nothing doing from the umpire, Brodie Foster. And so now UWA get a chance to play the ball up to halfway and build from the back. Fraser Gerrard flicks it long. And we see a UWA player taking a tumble inside the circle. So it's a physical match. And you just feel if there's a few more of those challenges, the umpire's going to have to step on it fairly quickly. Would like to offer congratulations as well to Christian Starkey, Cam Geddes and Harry Golding from UWA, who've all been selected for the Australian under-21 squad. They'll be flying to the Gold Coast for training on Sunday. The Boroughs is the name of the under-21 squad, and that's great achievement for those players. And I'm sure they'll be absolutely buzzing tonight. Dave Edmonds goes back into Lachlan Buzzico. Karel Kronya. Kronya, one of the young players coming through, just 20 years of age from Albany. Down in the southwest, ricochets up, Sampson brings it down. Lovely little knock past the UWA player. Then he runs into Gerrard. Gerrard just a stick poke, gives Sampson a bit of a shove. Sampson bounces up off the ground, looks to play on quickly. Rainey. Good work by Lewis Barrett, superb skills by him, and then gets a free hit off Buzzico. And nobody's going to get the ball, and that ball not rolling off the pitch, so even though the ball boy has rolled that one on, we're going to have to wait till he collects the other. He has now. Goes into the circle. Well, I thought that took a deflection off a UWA stick. No complaints from the Wasps players. Thought it might have been a long corner, but umpire felt otherwise and was better placed than me. Buzzico again. That's a lovely steal by Brandon Gibbs. Being chased now by Kobe Green. Gibbs still keeps possession for Wasps. Had Potter as an option, but he was closed down, and then pass intercepted very well by a returning James Royce. James Royce was in the forward line, but he's returned to UWA this year, having been playing in the UK. James Royce was at Surbiton. Had about 6 seasons playing for them and won a few English championships as well while he was over there. Made his debut for them way back in 2008. Potter trying to turn. Eventually gets some space. But that was intercepted rather easily by Kane Evans. Good pass by him, manages to pick out Green. Green plays it into the fast-moving Timms. Timms into the circle, good pass. Played across the D and just wide of the goal. Well, that was a great build-up by UWA. It's been given as a long corner. So good defence in the end from Wasps. So close to the opening goal. Very nearly on the end of it was Frank Main. Frank Main has been amongst the goals this year. He's got 2 to his name so far, so didn't see much of him last season. But again, has been involved with the club for a long time, as have his mother and father. It's a wasted ball forward as we enter the final 5 minutes now of the first quarter. Leversuch. Over the side it goes, just a slight miscommunication on the far side. Potter again to Rainey. Rainey will be pincer movement, 3 players closing him down, but Gibbs creates some space through the middle. Gibbs drives top of the circle. Well, Wasps feel that he was bumped, and I thought they had actually a case for that. Just as he was about to take the swing, it looked as if there was a little bit of contact just to throw him off balance. Not given by Brodie Foster, who is a forward himself for Reds, so you would think if there was going to be any sympathy, it would be with the attacking player from the umpire Foster. Borza now with the long corner for UWA, deflected into the circle. Golding, and that's off the crossbar. Well, Richardson came out well to narrow the angle and did very well. But then off the crossbar from Kane Evans. Had to get it over Richardson. He got it over him, but he just couldn't get it under the crossbar. Richardson, powerful kick. Still with UWA though. And just a call to let that one run was a good one. Kale Walsh pulling his stick away. So thrown in the air dangerously, but Bainham brings it down. Sampson now. Sampson told to bring the ball out. He plays on quickly. They're good advantage played. Fisher, stolen back, driving run. It's from Paul Robertson. And a stick check going against Robertson. Borza. And UWA go wide in the defensive line. Buzzacoat plays it through the middle. Collected again by Timms. Timms closed down to Bez and Joel Mitten. Interesting day for the Buzzacoat family. Lachlan Buzzacoat playing for UWA. We'll see his sister Annie coming up after this in the women's match, playing for Wasps. Golding now inside the circle for UWA, turned well and has won a penalty corner for UWA with just 2 minutes left in this first quarter. So is this their chance to snatch the lead before the first break? Again, they've got some talent from penalty corners. Chris Borza, Lachlan Buzzacoat. Borza going down to the baseline. Buzzacoat waits at the first battery. Cam Geddes is at the first battery rather. Buzzacoat at the second. And you've got Fraser Gerard just off to the left-hand side of Geddes. Comes to Geddes, it goes to Gerard, and it's a great deflection. Well, that was Timms, I think, who got the final touch on that one. In fact, maybe it wasn't Timms, it was James Royce, I think, that got the final touch. So 1-0 to UWA on the All Flags Premier League scoreboard. So 1 penalty corner and 1 goal. So I did say it was going to be crucial to take those opportunities. Wasps with 2 penalty corners did not convert. UWA with 1 immediately find the back of the net. And now Wasps have to come from behind. DeBez, he's managed to get out of trouble, evades a challenge from Borza, gets a free hit as we enter the final minute now. Bainham looks to throw it to the skies. It's brought down. Good awareness by Sampson, not committing They're giving away a needless free hit, but here come UWA. And they've got numbers coming forward. Good acceleration down the right-hand side from Cam Geddes. And over the side it goes, but UWA, you feel, will want that ball quickly. Borza's just slowing things down. Geddes. Stick check coming in from Welsh, so taken from the right place. They've got about 10 seconds to get the ball in, giving it away. Just push forward to Duncan Pearson. He'll run the clock down. Just played into space. Nobody there. The hooter goes, and that is the end of the first quarter. It's been a really lively one here at the Perth Hockey Stadium, but with both teams having spells of domination, it is UWA who go in with the lead at the end of the first quarter. On the All Flags Men's Premier League scoreboard, it is Wasps 0, UWA 1. Welcome back to the Perth Hockey Stadium, where the end of the first break just coming to an end. And it is, as we mentioned, on the All Flags Premier League scoreboard, Wasps 0, UWA 1. And UWA, well, if they can hang on, they have not won against Wasps, believe it or not, since June 2018. There's still a long way to go in this match. We still have 3 quarters of 15 minutes each. But UWA looking to turn a pretty disastrous run of form against their opponents around in 2021. If we look at the goals scored, though, by both teams, it has been a much more dominant performance by UWA. They've scored far more goals, and that they've scored 23 in 9 fixtures as they get the second quarter underway to Wasps 17. Well, taken from the wrong place, so they're going to have to come back to retake that one. For all your All Flags Premier League information on all the news and interviews, head to Hockey WA's website, hockeywa.org.au. Into the circle it goes. Richardson saves again. Just caught the foot. Well, I think he obstructed in the end, Daniel Timms. So another penalty corner. There was not much Richardson could do there with 2 UWA players bearing down on him. So just 30 seconds into this second quarter, and UWA have a second penalty corner. Can they keep it at 100% from penalty corners? Buzzico again at the first battery, and the danger man, as he was the first time, is Fraser Gerrard just off to the left. Geddes at the second battery. Borza to inject. Goes to Geddes again. He flicks this time. The first runner does a good job. Gets a touch and deflects it wide for a long corner. First timed into the circle by Borza. Nobody able to get on the end of it, though, for UWA. So certainly it appears that UWA are looking to, when they get in around the circle, get that ball in as quickly as possible. That's gone over the side. Unfortunate for Max Bainham, but See what he was trying to do, but a little bit too narrow for him. Gerard to Kobe Green. And back to Gerard. Mentioned the under-21s. Those two played together for the Australian under-21s a few years back. Good steal, top of the circle by Cale Walsh. Took it away from Buzzico, threw it in the air, and that was intercepted brilliantly by Fisher. Into the circle now, lifted up, trying to get it past Richardson. And that was clever from Golding, but superb from Richardson. Intercepted by Potter. And the high press paying dividends at the moment for UWA. Well, that just took a foot. So it will be a free hit for Wasps. Down the line, deflected by Golding. So Wasps just progressing by metres at the moment, out of their defensive zone. Bainham again, this time he looks to crack it, but it's controlled by Kobe Green. Spins infield, but has given it away, and it's collected this time by Bainham. I think I said it was Bainham playing it up the line. It was Cudby, my apologies for that. Cudby, the taller of the two. And a bit of space for Potter, but a crucial deflection. Took it away from him and behind him, and it also gives UWA a chance to now get bodies behind the ball. Potter from the sideline. Jamie Walsh. Well, that surely was an obstruction. Clearly, Leversuch just ran across Jamie Walsh. Kept in play. Well, not according to the umpire. Joel Mitten thought he had. Fraser Gerard down the line he goes. Coming across was Brandon Gibbs, but free hit going the way of Timms. It was actually a long corner, and they tangle up. Play continues, and a shot on the turn from Golding and Walsh, and it was Joel Mitten who made it difficult for Golding. It's another long corner, though, for UWA. Of course, to be taken opposite where it crossed the baseline. Space out wide now. Into the circle it goes. Walsh is there to defend and push it out over the side. Golding will come across and look to self-pass, I would think. No, he goes back into the defensive line as they look to spread the ball and stretch the defence of Wasps. Jamie Walsh working hard, trying to close down Fraser Gerard. Comes to Leversuch now. Goes back again to Borza. Took a little touch that time. Off Potter. It'll be another long corner to UWA. Fisher self-passes. It was a good run again from Golding. It's come off the post, and everyone caught a little bit napping there. I think the UWA players, their shoulders had shrunk a little bit as they thought it was going out of play. Wasps were breathing a sigh of relief, and it ricocheted back off Richardson's post and stayed in play. Leversuch again goes to Gerard. It seems to be all UWA at the moment. And that deflection, just a little bit too much on it from James Royce. Royce now rustling back to keep the ball away from Wasps. He's got it under possession. Duncan Pearce directly in front of him. And danger blown as he just threw it too close to Pearce. So Jamie Walsh now just being told to take it further forward by Lachlan Sharp. Goes back to brother Cale. Cale drills it in. Long corner given. It'll be just to the right-hand side of the goal. Welsh. Pass goes to Joe Robinson, and he just pushes it, unfortunately for Wasps, over the sideline. You could see he was trying to feed it forward to Robertson. Just checking back that time is Royce again. Infield it goes. Rainey threw his stick down almost in desperation, but he got there. Dave Edmonds again. Good work again coming from Royce. Good pass to Evans. Evans, top of the circle. He's managed to get the pass away. Shot on the turn from his brother. It was Kane with the shot. Jacob with the work at the top of the circle. And Kane Evans joined UWA, even though his father had connections with Victoria Park and also with Wasps, having won the premiership a couple of years ago, but wanted to play with his brother. Buzzercoat, good skills from him, the man from Naracoorte Redlegs in South Australia. Cal Walsh has to watch that one. A little bit of pressure being applied by Jacob Evans again. I think it was actually Frank Main that fed Kane Evans. My apologies. It's the long hair and the ponytails gets a bit confusing at times. Kane Evans down the line. Dribbling, well, that looked as if it went over the baseline, and indeed it did. Jacob Evans running out of space. So it was the brothers combining that time. So again, UWA making it very difficult for Wasps to get out of their own half. Barrett has stolen it back. That was good work from him, getting it off Leversuch, and has won a free hit. Wasps now getting numbers forward, but UWA getting in position well. Well-disciplined side from what we've seen so far. Stolen back again. Fisher, such a spark in the midfield for UWA. Comes wide again to Cudby, but he's kept it in play or not? No. Cronje from the side. UWA again managing to find space down the right-hand side, using the flanks well. Making it very hard for Wasps to play out of defence. Robertson, well, he was battling to win possession back, but it's with UWA again. Comes wide from Edmonds, and Cronje did very well to get that under control, and a good pass down the line, but not kept under control by Kane Evans. Stolen again by Leversuch. So it's all UWA at the moment. They've had a very good quarter. Again, Wasps managing to get it out from the back. Bryn de Bez tries to turn, and de Bez gets the free hit. Welsh just coming off. Joel Mitten comes on, down below us. Potter, he's given it away. Chance for Daniel Timms now. Releases it top of the circle. That was very, very good defence from Rainey. Frank Main trying to get the shot away. Rainey sticking to him like glue. Another long corner as we enter the final 5 minutes of the second quarter. UWA are just like a wave after wave of attack, and you just feel that that damn wall at the back is going to break at some point. It's resisting well at the moment. Leversuch and Cale Walsh. It's gone out of play, so it will be a 16. Gibbs will keep that in play. Had to scurry a little bit. Gives it away, but gets it back fortuitously off a rebound. De Bez, nice little turn from him. And it will come wide now for Jamie Walsh. Is this a chance for Wasps to build? No. Rainey had stopped his run just as Walsh played the pass down the line. It was the right idea. Walsh wins it back. His defensive experience paying dividends there. And he gets a free hit where Cronje just basically obstructing him. So Rainey now just checking it's in the right spot. Rainey looks to drill that in. Well, there was again a body check there. And it is being paid this time. Rainey tries to play it into the circle, just lifted it too high though into Fraser Gerrard. Leversuch having to go wide. It was a good call from his defensive lineup. Borza, good dummy from him as well. Deflection goes up in the air. Walsh gets it down, but he's under pressure. There's two players closing down, and in the end, Golding thought he'd come up with it, but it's going to be a free hit to Wasps. Kale Walsh over it again, plays it short to Rainey up the middle. Rainey's pass is a good one quickly to Potter. Potter looking to accelerate, looking to turn that time. Fraser Gerrard tried to play it square to Rainey, intercepted well by Chris Borza. So much experience on the shoulders of Chris Borza. Borza again on the ball. Of course, he won the Olympians medal twice in 2015 and 2016. That is for the best in the league here in Western Australia. Deflection was a good one from Cam Geddes. Came off the shins of Joe Welsh. Fisher again. Comes back. Driving through the middle, Borza again. And Richardson missed that one. He'll probably tell us it was deliberately, but I think a few Wasps fans would have had their hearts in their mouths for a split second. Royce got past one defender. Can't get past Kale Walsh. Robertson, Lewis Barrett didn't get it under control, so Buzzico controls it now as we are in the final 2 minutes of this first half. Fraser Gerrard looking to find Buzzico, deflects to him eventually off the stick of Bainham. Can UWA stretch their lead before the half-time break? Certainly it's all UWA. Cam Geddes, a nice little touch to take him past one, but unfortunately for him, it just ran too far ahead of him and over the sideline. Cam Geddes, who also had a run with the Kookaburras in the Fortescue Challenge back in March with no international games. The Kookaburras had an internal squad tournament, series of 3 matches, and invited some of the top talent here to participate. Cam Geddes was one of those players, so too was Harry Golding from UWA. Here come UWA again, driving towards the circle. In they go to the baseline, looking to lay it back. Missed at the top of the circle. Good defensive play by Potter. Potter accelerates out of the defensive circle, being chased by green players. Eventually it runs away from him. Royce will clean up at the back. And Potter loses his stick. Now, there wasn't much support there for Kyle Potter. He really had to just keep going himself as it comes wide to the tireless Fisher. Kobe Green not happy, feels it was a stick check from Max Bainham. May well have had a point. And Kale Walsh just glancing at the scoreboard, just taps the ball forward, and that is the end of the first half. Again, a lively second quarter. You'd have to say it was dominated by UWA, but Wasps will be relieved that they haven't allowed them to add to their score in the first quarter. So as we go into the halftime break, it still says on the All Flags Premier League scoreboard, Wasps 0, UWA 1. Welcome back to the Perth Hockey Stadium. The ball kids just showing their juggling skills. None too impressive, but not bad. Room for improvement. I'd just like to thank the sponsors who are making the live stream of the games in 2021 possible. Healthway, proud sponsor of Hockey WA. Be your best on and off the field. Choose healthy options for fuel to go and play. And of course, All Flags and Banners, naming rights partner for the All Flags Men's and Women's Premier League, a family-owned business with over 30 years of innovative signage solutions. For more information, visit allflags.com.au. And if your business would like to tap into the thousands of hockey players across both genders and all age groups, you can email sponsorship at hockeywa.org.au to hear the opportunities on offer. Well, at the moment in this match, it is Wasps 0, UWA 1. And Wasps are going to have to really work to get back in this team because they've been hemmed inside their own half. And a worrying stat is, at this point in the season, 5 games gone, Wasps have actually conceded more goals than any other team in the top 8 of the league. So that is a bit of a concern that they're leaking goals. Ian Bircher, their new coach, no doubt will be working on trying to fix that problem. UWA, though, finding goals fairly good to come by. They've scored 17 so far this season in 5 games and conceded just 5, so a fairly miserly defence. They're on the pitch, ready to go. Only Richardson is for Wasps at the moment, and Brodie Foster, I think, saying, what's holding you guys up? And the Wasps players finally coming out as we wait to get the third quarter underway. Brynda Bez, captain this year. Can he inspire his team in this second half? There's been a lot of goals as we get the second half underway. Averaging 4.9 in the All Flags Men's Premier League at the moment. And this is round 6, and we've missed one round because we were in lockdown. So Rainey fires it in, a deflection in front of goal from Pearce, but unfortunately for Wasps, it didn't even trouble Christian Starkey. Christian Starkey had his 21st birthday in April. He's also been picked in the provisional Perth Thundersticks for the Hockey One season at the end of this domestic Western Australian League. Hockey One having replaced the Australian Hockey League. Fisher again is taking it too far infield, so has to come across. Short pass, gets it back. Looking to take on Sampson. Down the line he goes, and good defence from Brandon Gibbs. Comes across, takes it away from Daniel Timms. Sliding across the face of goal. Good defence from Joe Welsh that time. Back in come UWA once more. Wasn't 5 metres before they played it into the circle that time. That was Royce making that error. It was probably an error of judgment. It wasn't far off, but the umpire made the decision it hadn't gone 5 metres. Rainey helps it down the line. Sampson will get on the end of this. Run to the near post. Sampson, and it's a good save by Starkey. His trailing leg just clearing it away. Rainey trying to go into the circle again. Gets a free hit just wide on the left-hand side. Sampson leaves it. Rainey now goes back to Gibbs. Kale Walsh going to change the direction. I must admit that run from Sampson, it was a little bit difficult because I think it was Barrett made a run towards him, whereas he felt if he'd have just pulled out to the penalty spot, would have given Sampson a bit of an option. But Lewis Barrett is a goal-scoring machine when he's on form, so who am I to criticise? And a penalty corner given. Good work by Duncan Pearce. Fraser Gerrard bearing the scars for his efforts. So Wasps with the third penalty corner. The question is, will it be third time lucky? Kale Walsh having a quick discussion with Ian Bircher down below us, and now jogs across to join his teammates and tell them what the coach wants. Meanwhile, UWA players just taking their time behind the goal. Gibbs makes his way to the baseline. Pearce at the first battery. Brynda Bez at the second. Sure, it will go to Duncan Pearce. Just to the left, though, is again Potter. Comes out. Pearce. That went straight into Fraser Gerrard. And Wasps are appealing that it should have been another penalty corner. Palms up, now they're in trouble. It's 2-on-1 at the back. Cale Walsh comes across. Timms plays it in. Richardson off his line and a stroke has been given. DeBez, I think, is it the player that was penalised or the goalkeeper, but a stroke has been awarded. So UWA have the perfect chance to stretch their lead. Golding, no hesitation as he comes forward. Richardson now adjusting his pads. We'll just try and delay this as long as possible. So one penalty stroke scored so far this season by Kobe Green for UWA. But Golding will no doubt feel that he has the measure of James Richardson. Richardson crouching low, comes up now. Waiting for the whistle. This could be crucial for Wasps. And good work by Golding. Sends him the wrong way. And that is now 2-0 to UWA. And it all stemmed from what Wasps will feel was a rather contentious penalty corner where they thought they should have had a retake when the ball appeared to strike the runner and they were caught short at the back. UWA 2-on-1. So now a mountain to climb for Wasps against a really miserly defensive team. And as Wasps look for goals, that could open them up at the back. Certainly with the attacking prowess that UWA currently have. Welsh comes across. Robinson. Infielder Welsh again. He almost overran that, but it's stolen by Borza. Borza, good play by him. Doesn't panic. And trying to accelerate onto that was Royce, but was really asking a lot of him. There was plenty of pace on that pass coming from Fisher. Trying to bring this one down now, and done well was Bainham. Bainham being forced wide by Geddes. Good pass to the baseline to Jamie Walsh. Is there a chance? It's into the circle. Ricochets up. Penalty corner. Well, it was a great opportunity. Barrett was there, but unfortunately the best they can get is a penalty corner. And I'm sure UWA will be pleased with that result. Rather than conceding, they will feel they've got the measure of Wasps from penalty corners at the moment. Once again, just like to acknowledge Healthway for their support of Hockey WA. Be your best on and off the field. Choose healthy options for fuel to go and play. And of course, All Flags and Banners, naming rights partner for the All Flags Men's and Women's Premier League. Family-owned business with over 30 years of innovative signage solutions. allflags.com.au. So Welsh now at the first battery. Jamie Walsh at the second. Comes to Walsh. Walsh flicks. It's gone wide. Took a deflection though, and it will be a long corner. So 0 from 4 at the moment for Wasps from penalty corners. Cale Walsh closed down, and that's just lifted a little bit high, and everyone getting out the way because it was going down a channel where it wasn't going to cause any problems defensively. Good communication at the back for UWA. Coming forward again now, Leversuch. And coming across and getting on the end of that was Welsh. Leversuch will play the ball in from the side. There was a clear push in the back from Robinson that time on Cam Geddes. And the whistle has gone for that, so over the ball now is Kane Evans. Happy to go back to Fraser Gerrard. And Jamie Walsh gets a yellow card. So that'll be 5 minutes. And we've got 10 minutes, just under 10 minutes left in this quarter. Fisher plays it into the circle. Wasps just desperate to get it out of there. Deflected. Richardson, a very good save. Just having to stretch out his left leg when he was moving in the other direction. Now here's a chance. Robertson breaking forward. Not much support. Barrett desperately trying to catch up with him. Buzzico forcing him wide, but he's into the circle. Robertson has Barrett just back, and it was almost a very good pass. But it's brought out of defence. Well, Dave Edmonds managing to find Fisher. Back to Edmonds again. Gerrard again. So Wasps player down at the moment. Important touch. Walsh finds Potter. Potter feeds it through to Rainey. Rainey goes wide. Pearce has to check back. Will he keep it in play? He does. Quickly coming into the play was Kobe Green. Welsh, good square pass, finds Brandon Gibbs. Good work, though, closing him down from Kane Evans, who's stolen possession back for UWA. Fisher, who's everywhere, now to Green. And Green just using the extra player, Jacob Evans. What a pass that was. And it's just caught the foot of Kane Evans. Well, that's brotherly understanding. That was a brilliant pass diagonally. And he must have just known his brother was coming into that space. But that's a good interception from Daniel Timms this time. Timms cuts infield. Taken away from him at the last minute by Robinson. Sampson. Dan Timms, he just keeps coming and coming. Just feel that he may well get a goal at some point in this fixture. He is one of the leading scorers actually for UWA. Scored 3 goals in the last 9 matches. Tom Wickham has scored 4. Wasps' leading goal scorer in this fixture not playing today. That's Murray McIntyre, the veteran. Borza. Wasps just shuttling across. Royce tried to come infield. Sampson took it off his stick. Over the side it goes. But it's still UWA. Royce self passes. Good work again defensively from Welsh, although he's penalised. It may have just caught the back of his stick, I think, as he looked to steal that. Taken from the wrong place, so coming back for it again. Of course, must go 5 metres before it goes into the circle. Thrown back to Fraser Gerrard, almost on halfway. Borza now able to either cut in or it's closed down by Sampson. He'll come back to Borza again. Down the line he goes. Royce gets a bump. Brindle Bez gets a decision that Royce is none too pleased about. And Potter doesn't get the decision this time. Edmonds looks to play on quickly. Was that ball stopped? Questionable. Royce into the circle. Evans lays it back. Richardson, where's it gone? It's somehow crept out from underneath him, but UWA stealing it inside the circle. Edmonds again. Came up off DeBez's stick. Played towards goal. Richardson firm. Looked as if it hit Welsh. Again, good save from Richardson. It's still alive as Evans takes a tumble. Another penalty strike, this time against Brandon Gibbs. And a quizzical look from the Wasps players. And Brandon Gibbs just asking what that one was for. Well, it was hard to see from where we were what he's been penalised for. And Jamie Walsh not far from coming back on. So there were no goals conceded, but it looks like there may be now. It's Kobe Green. I mentioned he'd scored 1 goal from a penalty corner, penalty stroke rather, earlier in the season. now gets the chance to get a second. So UWA looking to stretch their lead. Kobe Green versus Richardson. And well, Richardson was unlucky, went the right way, and it looked as if it went underneath his arm. And Green, a smile on his face, but I think he knows he was very, very fortunate to get that one. So it is now on the All Flags Premier League scoreboard. Wesley South Perth 0, UWA 3. And you just wonder whether there is a comeback in Wasps. They were leading 3-0 last week against Wolves and conceded 3 in the second half to go draw 3-all. Apparently played very well in that match. But today, UWA have been the dominant side pretty much from the 15-minute mark. Well, that's a strange decision, I have to say. Joel Mitten did not move and was penalised. He just stood his ground, and the player that moved towards the ball, Jack Levasic, got the decision. And I don't know how there could have been any danger there, but anyway. Edmonds, Fraser Gerrard. Wasps now back to their full quota of players as Jamie Walsh comes off the sin bin seat. And no doubt he'll be inspired to try and get them back in this match. They just need a goal in the next 4.5 minutes before the final quarter to give themselves any hope of coming back. And it's again a poor aerial brought down by Timms. Timms again releases top of the circle. Great save, Richardson. Well, that was superb. Was unlucky for Kobe Green, but it was certainly well set up by Daniel Timms. He stole the aerial pass from Brandon Gibbs, set up Kobe Green, and that's stolen now by Jamie Walsh. Playing it forward, Green racing back. It's well collected by Bainham. Bainham's released it inside the circle. It's going to come to Walsh, to Bainham. Good save, Starkey. Well, that's the most promising attack probably we've seen from Wasps. Max Bainham over the ball again. Bainham, who was in the state under 18s in 2020, product of Wesley College. Played for the Breakers in the Rick Charlesworth Classic. But here come UWA again. Kane Evans. Good pass to release Golding. Golding looked up as he received that. It's going to be released to Kobe Green now. Goes to his knees and lifts it into the face of Fisher. And that's going to be painful. Looked like it caught Fisher a flush on the cheekbone. But what a sweeping defence into attack. A penalty corner given. It must have come up off a Wasp player. I thought it was just a direct pass, to be honest, and Green, as he fell, just went to his knees, just lifted it. So third penalty corner for UWA. Just a reminder, for all the latest on the All Flags Premier League, head to Hockey WA's website, hockeywa.org.au. So it's been 2 from 2 from penalty corners so far. Oh no, it hasn't. My apologies. It's been 1 from 2. 50% record. Kane Evans is at the second battery. And it's Buzzico, but they leave it for him, and ricochets back for Fisher. And that was drilled straight into Kyle Potter. Long corner given, and well, now the penalty corner is given. Brodie Foster having to confer with Lachlan Sharp. Sharp smiling in the middle of the pitch. And we're going to have a little bit of time off, I'm sure, as Potter just needs to just stretched that one out. It caught him pretty hard on above the sock but below the knee. So fourth penalty corner for UWA. Can they make it their fourth goal? Not having to play in, and it's another one. Buzzico just getting nudged by Brandon Gibbs. And again, Cale Walsh just asking a question of the umpire. Pad is off for James Richardson, just going to slow things down just a little bit. And he's allowed to do this, the goalkeepers. We went through a period at international level where this was becoming quite a common thing at penalty corners, where the keepers would adjust their kit to break the momentum up. And then that was pretty much frowned upon, and I think the umpires were told to basically stop it and stamp it out as quickly as they could. Comes out again, this time to Golding. Golding, good save. Richardson low down to his right-hand side, but it's another penalty corner. A good defence from Wasps at the moment. 3 consecutive penalty corners. This will be the 4th. Can they keep UWA at bay? 2.5 minutes left in this period. Get it, Golding again, another good save from Richardson. It'll be a long corner. Fisher demanding the ball, the kit protective gear being thrown behind the goal. Fisher goes along the line, and it's a finish in the end, an emphatic one from Daniel Timms. Well, I said he kept coming and coming, and eventually he had to get on the line and get a just reward for all his efforts. And Timms makes it 4-0 to UWA. And you just feel there is possibly no way back now for Wasps. But Daniel Timms has worked tirelessly around the circle. He's also been setting everybody else up, so it was nice for him to actually have a chance himself. Potter. Oh, it was a good run again from Potter inside the circle, but just couldn't get the ball on the end of the stick of Jamie Walsh. Rainey. And there's no whistle. Well, Kobe Green had to be within the 5 metres if it was legally brought down by Rainey, and then he obstructed Rainey as Rainey ran into him. So bizarre situation. Now that's lifted to Fisher into Rainey's hand. You can just sense there's a little bit of niggle now coming into this match. Wasps, I think, feeling some decisions haven't gone their way. But I don't think there can be too many complaints. There you go. This time penalised. Borza. Well, that took a deflection. Yes, it's finally given us a long corner. 15 seconds left in this third quarter. Deflected. Richardson off his line again. And this time it's the quizzical looks from UWA as the ball goes harmlessly over the sideline on halfway. And the hooter goes for the end of the third quarter. And it's been a good one for UWA as they've stretched their lead after half time, managing to pick up 3 goals, 2 of them coming from penalty strokes, which means we go into the final break with a score on the All Flags Premier League scoreboard: Wasps 0, UWA 4. Well, the final team talk for UWA, and I'm sure there'll be smiles within there, but the job is not done yet. Brendan Gans will make sure that his players go on with the job. Brendan Gans, who had a spell playing in Scotland in the European Hockey League for Grange many years ago. But UWA, as I said, they hadn't won against Wasps since June 2018. And if you went back to 2017, they thumped Wasps in that season, 7-2 and 5-2. Tonight has been a return to that form, unless there is some comeback of colossal proportion in this final quarter. Wasps tend to have a good team spirit, but they really do need to find it in this 15 minutes as Duncan Pearce gets us underway. Although if you look at their form in recent seasons, they're either very, very good or very, very bad. I don't think they've been that bad tonight. I think they've just been outplayed. Geddes looking to go inside. Good steal again from Bainham. And Geddes, though, stole it back, but it went over the baseline. And Max Bainham is a young player, but he's beginning to step up. In fact, again, I've done it. It's Jack Cudby that time. My apologies to Jack Cudby. He's even younger because he was looking to try and get in the under-18s and missed out this year. Tim Gears, who's the coach of the under-18s, not giving him an opportunity, which Wasps were a little bit disappointed. They felt Cudby had the talent to be there, but here's Golding, who's in. Oh no! And he's done his hamstring, and that is going to be an absolute blow when you consider that he's just been picked for the under-21s. That is a horrible situation. And Harry Golding, you just knew straight away the way he smashed his stick into the turf. That is going to be dreams for the next few months anyway. Just in a little bit of a shattered. Well, we just hope it's not as bad as it may appear, and it's going to come back really quickly. There are, of course, different tears and pulls of hamstrings, and let's just hope it's a minor one. My thoughts are with him because he is such an exciting player. Scored 10 goals in 11 games last season, and he was in a rich vein of form this season. Wasps, though, immediately going on the attack. Sportingly put the ball out of play. Long corner, their chance for a goal now. Or a chance to create an opportunity for a goal, should I say. But again, it's given away. Intercepted well by Leversuch, top of the circle. Geddes. Well, that was danger with Geddes, a bit reckless with his stick. Brandon Gibbs, though, just gave it straight to Fisher. Could see what he was trying to do, but it was straight to Fisher. Chance to come again, Dan Timms. Timms comes round the back door. Oh, and a shot on the turn from Geddes, but he got underneath that one. But I mentioned how Dan Timms has been setting everybody up. He's had an outstanding game tonight. Stolen back again, this time by Frank Main. Borza. Just as Wasps thought the momentum may be shifting their way, UWA get the ball back, keep possession, and just starve Wasps of the ball. Gibbs again, a bump in the back, and the decision goes his way, much to UWA's frustration. And here's Timms again. Oh no, it's not Timms, it's Buzzicoat bursting forward, and that's Timms trying to feed Buzzicoat. Kale Walsh now. Walsh goes to the air, it goes diagonally across the pitch, but it's cut out again. Through the middle, it's going to break nicely for Geddes. Geddes goes round the keeper, and that is number 5 for UWA. Well, intercepted in the midfield by Frank Main. He picked out Geddes superbly, and that is number 5, Cam Geddes. Now that, I believe, is Cam Geddes. It's his second goal of the season. I thought for a second it might have been his first. Wasps now basically in damage control. And you just feel they're going to have to stop this leaky defence. There's a chance now for Jamie Walsh to get a goal back for them. Good work, Christian Starkey moving across on the angle inside the circle. Walsh has done well again. Starkey, good save from the reverse stick shot by Jamie Walsh. Kale Walsh will break up the attack. Heavy touch that time, but it's well won back in the end by Max Bainham. Bainham takes a tumble, and it's a free hit to Wasps just outside the circle. Bainham leaves it this time for Bryn de Bez. De Bez, well, he just blindly played that one back. It'll be Robinson who had to just go back into his own half. Walsh has pulled wide. Evans is ahead of him. Goes infield again to Bainham. Potter squeezing that one through, looking for De Bez. May have been looking for the run of Jamie Walsh because it was on the right angle, but I think it was aimed for De Bez. And that was played into the shins of Jamie Walsh. We're just coming into the last 10 minutes of this match. The concerning thing for Wasps will be 18 goals conceded in 6 games. And if you want to be a title contender, that's just too many. Potter. And they're inside the circle now. It's pushed forward and penalty corner given for a stick check. Well, this is their 5th penalty corner, and so far they've yet to score. So you question whether there's a huge advantage when you win a penalty corner if you're unable to convert them. Gives me a chance again to just acknowledge Healthway, proud sponsor of Hockey WA. Be your best on and off the field and choose healthy options for fuel to go and play. And of course, All Flags and Banners, our naming rights partner for the All Flags Men's and Women's Premier League. For all your signage needs, go to allflags.com.au. So Duncan Pearce at the first battery, Jamie Walsh at the second. It's a mistrap this time. And Geddes working back and making it really difficult. Good pass forward now to find Kane Evans. Kane Evans into the circle on the angle, goes for the near post. Well, really did decide to go on his own, and again waiting at the back post, but the ball just never came. It was Daniel Timms. In fact, I think it was Frank Main. My apologies, at the back post. Coming to Main now. So Wasps still coming. Barrett now looking to play it infield to Mitten. Barrett just didn't put enough pace on it, and it was intercepted by Fraser Gerrard. Now Dave Edmonds. Good pass by him, finds again Kane Evans, who's getting plenty of space late in this match. Robinson manages to find Bryn de Bez. De Bez looks to cut infield. Fisher and Buzzico combine well, though, to win possession back for UWA. Well, stolen by Lachlan Sampson, but again it goes back to Fisher. Throws it to the air over the head of Robinson, and that will just run harmlessly out of play and will be a Wasps 16. Halfway through the final quarter. Can Wasps find a goal from somewhere? Just to make sure that they don't remain scoreless in this match. Just looking for any positives they can find. Brandon Gibbs. Kale Walsh. Potter did well to watch that one. It was a difficult one. He's got it back now from Gibbs. And Rainey Little touch to Bainham. Bainham plays it down the line, asking a lot of Sampson, and Sampson at full tilt runs into his opposite man. Gets the decision though, and Sampson weaving his way into the circle. Gets to the baseline, just played over the baseline that time by Borza, so it's a long corner. Again, you question that rule. Was that played deliberately over the baseline? Well, you'd have to say Borza had no other place he could have played that, and therefore it should have been a penalty corner, but that was not good skills from Lewis Barrett as it just played into his body. And as now all that hard work has come to naught for Wasps, and UWA have possession back again and get the chance to play out of defence. Kobe Green, 1 goal to his name from a penalty stroke tonight. Buzzico infield, nice little touch again from Kane Evans. Bainham's done well. Barrett just tried to knock that one past Cronje. Cronje penalised. Bainham again. Now it's going to be Wasps down by the corner flag. Kyle Potter comes across. Can he spark something with just under 6 minutes left in this match for Wasps? Looking for any spark they can find at the moment. Smashed into the circle. And it goes harmlessly wide. And not surprisingly, UWA taking their time to get things back underway. Buzzico just dropping that one back. Cronje. Fraser Gerrard. Leversuch gets the decision from the umpires. Free hit UWA as we enter the final 5 minutes. Edmonds. Oh dear. I don't think we need to say anything about that, do we? Potter again, trying to weave his way through the middle. I think he eventually got the right decision. Sounded like there were a couple of stick checks in there. Robinson goes to, that was a suicidal pass, and it's been won by UWA, and they've had to concede now. Foul. Frank Main just stepping in front of Bryn Debes to get that ball, and then wins a free hit top of the circle. Ball must travel the 5 metres. Borza takes it quickly, feeds it wide to Leversuch. In it goes, and just wide that time from Frank Main. You feel if anyone's going to score in this last 3.5 minutes, Frank Main's your man, because he's had a few opportunities today. Joel Mitten. In Debes, and it's Main again who steals it back. Now Timms. Timms looking up as he advanced towards Gibbs and manages to keep possession, pulls away from Potter. Potter recovered well though, closed down that avenue of attack. So UWA back on halfway. Buzzico. Cronje. Cronje draws the foul. Kobe Green to Fisher. Fisher has had a very good game for UWA. Sampson making Leversuch dance. Comes to Sampson again. Can he do it again? No. And Leversuch thought he was through, but free hit goes Wasps' way with 2.5 minutes left. Cudby. Given away again. And that's well read by Robinson. because it was going to go straight to main. Robinson over halfway now for Wasps. Plays it out wide on the flank. Potter was closed down. Potter gets the ball back. Not sure he really wanted it at that point in time. And then it's intercepted again, this time by Jacob Evans. Fisher playing it forward. Oh, what a touch that was from Borza. If that had led to a goal, it would have been absolutely special. Borzo missed most of last season because he got stuck in Melbourne when the COVID pandemic hit. He was over there for work, and when WA, or Western Australia for those of you overseas, closed its borders to the rest of Australia, he was stranded and couldn't get back. So he got dispensation to be able to play in the grand final when he did manage to get back, because it was not his fault that he was stranded. Well, we're about to enter the final minute. It's been a game played at a fairly hectic pace for the full hour. And most of the game, you'd have to say UWA have dictated that pace. Rainey looking for Sampson. Sampson now from the side as we're into the last 40 seconds. Wall of green shirts. Sampson takes it into the corner. Not sure that's really what's needed at the moment. Gets a free hit though. And again, it's another Wasps free hit, but time is their enemy. Potter plays it, ricochets into the body. Rainey must go 5 metres. Has probably just, and he's won a penalty corner. Well, that was clever from Daniel Rainey, and he can do that in close quarters. Such a skillful player. It's a 6th penalty corner of the match, and so far none of those have come to any benefit to Wasps. Will it in the final minute of the match? Will they finally get it right and pull a goal back and make sure that they don't end up with a 5-0 defeat? 5-1 just looks that little bit better. Well, everybody forward. In fact, James Richardson is packing his bag inside his goal at the other end of the pitch. So Pearce at the first battery, Jamie Walsh at the second. Can Wasps get a consolation goal? The hoot is gone. Out it comes. Pearce flicks. Good save. Starkey cleared off the line. Trying to get it back in there was Joel Mitten and smashed home. And I think that's Bainham. And Max Bainham may well have got that consolation goal. In fact, I've done it again. It's Jack Cudby. I owe him a beer in the bar. Jack Cudby with the consolation goal. And that is his first goal of the season. I think it may be his first for Wasps. Just checking that. Certainly it is his first for the season. But it's been a tough day at the office for Wasps, as they were 1-0 down at half-time. The second half was not happy reading. And the final score on the All Flags Premier League scoreboard is Wasps 1, UWA 5.